Back for another exciting stream. Today we're talking shit. Well, maybe we're reading people talking shit. So we're gonna have some fun today. We're gonna read some of the top comments from other creators and what they're talking about and what people are responding to. As always, we have the amazing Josh, GPT Joshua, King Capital on YouTube. Josh, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing well, man. Thank you for having me once again. It's good to be back on the show. I think this is our second day back to back now. We're working hard to bring you guys daily shows soon, talking about things going on in crypto and really funny things like we're about to get into today. See what some of these influencers are talking about and see what their community are saying in the comments and things like that. So we're going to leave an analysis. I think maybe we'll throw in a quick game of this or that just off the
Let's
top if you're
play.
down later on.
Yeah, I'm in. Let's do it.
You in? You want to hop right
Yeah.
into that, or you want to do
Hop
you
it.
want
Let's
to do the
hop right
content stuff
into
first?
it. Well,
Hop
let's
right
warm
into
it
it.
up a little
Okay,
bit. Let's warm it up.
let's warm it up. Let's warm it up. Off the rip, we got something for you guys, man. We're gonna play a game of this or
Yeah.
that. I'm gonna give Dan some rapid fire questions like this or that about crypto, of course, and he's gonna give us his answer. Optional if you want to leave like a one sentence as to why, and we're gonna
Yeah.
get into it. Ready?
Not yet. Let's do this
Okay.
in like 5 minutes. Let's get
Okay.
the stream warmed up first. Get some
Okay.
people in.
Okay.
People are rolling in.
All
Welcome,
right.
Food Baby. I know who Food Baby is.
Yeah.
Welcome, Nick.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining us today. Chat was really active yesterday. So feel free to drop a comment, your thoughts. We'll definitely highlight some of the comments and give our take on that.
Yeah, there's always like really good comments in crypto. People either love someone or they hate someone, and we're going to be looking at some of that. So it should be interesting. We're not trying to start any wars, but if that happens, Josh got my back. So I think I'll be all right. I was like, oh, Josh is going to
I'm a
token.
few.
Time to talk some shit.
I was gonna say I'm a few countries away, but yeah, at the conferences we'll be together there. So I got your back,
Got
man.
some
I got your
backup.
back.
Got some backup.
Yeah, I got your back, man. Crypto
Because
security.
interesting enough, I think Brand has bodyguards, right? We saw him at Token
Yep.
2049 Dubai. He was like surrounded by some big guys.
Yeah, when I first saw him, IRL was at Bitcoin Miami, I think
Mhm.
2023, and he had like 4 huge bodyguards around him. Okay, these guys definitely have money.
Yeah.
That's
So
got
I
something to
saw
protect
that.
and haters.
Yeah, maybe that's why. Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
If you have bodyguards, there's two potential reasons. One, you did really well. Two, you you did someone wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Always be safe out there because the internet's a crazy place. And then, of course, it's another thing when you are in the real world, right? People recognize you. You got to stay safe and be careful for sure. But I'm
Absolutely.
excited to hop into this though and see what the people are saying.
Yeah, we got some interesting stuff. We will look at some of Crypto Banter's comments because they get a lot of people in their live streams, and there's a lot
Yeah,
of opinions there that are definitely not read. You got to be like a monk level mindset of just like
yeah,
so zen, where like it just rolls off you. I'm
yeah.
not at
The
that
show
point,
must
which
go
is
on.
why, yeah, I'm not at that point. So that's why I'm like, I'm just not trying to cross anybody.
Yeah, no, I mean that's fair. It's good to take the high road,
Yeah.
but
Mhm,
sometimes there are some controversial opinions and takes in crypto, and I feel like it's fun to go ahead and cover that.
mhm, mhm.
Yeah, it's good to be thick-skinned. I guess that's what comes with this content stuff. There is bound to eventually be a hater or two in the comments and
Oh
people with
yeah,
controversial takes, especially if you're an influencer who makes a lot of calls. Maybe you made a really bad one, someone lost a lot of money. You get haters, right? So I'm excited to hop into it.
absolutely. Makeup with fashion. Josh is the whale behind XRP. Did something happen to XRP today?
He's exposing me, man. Don't expose me like this,
Yeah,
man. I'm trying to keep a low profile. I'm just playing, but that's funny.
I looked at the charts like it's not really doing too much this week. So
Okay.
no worries. We have some XRP content to go over a little bit later.
Yeah,
If you're an
yeah, for
XRP
sure.
fan, you might want to get going. You might want to get going. You don't want to stay for that.
You might not want to see this makeup with fashion. Do you want to
Yeah.
put the comment up so
Oh
people
yeah,
could see
absolutely.
what we're talking
Good
about?
point. Good point.
Saying I'm the whale behind XRP. We're gonna talk a little bit about XRP later. Stay tuned for that. You may or may not like the takes.
Yes.
Small disclaimer.
All right, let's jump into it. So this or that.
Let's
Can
do
you
it.
explain how that works?
Yeah, so this or that, I'm going to say two things crypto related, and you're going to just choose one. Which
Okay.
one, everyone you like better or you're more bullish on. Usually it's just rapid fire and you just give your answer. But if you want, you can give a one sentence reasoning as to why. And I'm just going to fire them off the top. And these are off the top. I didn't even prepare them, but I think I have some
Okay.
good ones. Are you ready?
Ready to roll.
All right. So Bitcoin or Ethereum?
Bitcoin.
Sui or Solana?
Sui.
DPIN or GameFi?
GameFi.
Okay. Bored Apes or Pudgy Penguins?
Oh, Pudgy Penguins.
Easy call. Easy call.
Mhm.
All right. How about this one? We got NFTs or tokens.
Tokens.
Easy.
Liquidity. You get
Okay.
the liquidity. Yeah.
Liquidity. SocialFi or GambleFi.
GambleFi.
XRP or Doge.
Doge.
Doge. Okay.
Well,
Shiba
let me
Inu.
throw in Doge. Let me throw a comment for Doge.
Okay,
I'm
we got
gonna
comment on Doge. Let's hear it.
I'm gonna say Doge because that's fully community based, and you don't have like tokens being printed. You don't have tokens being dumped on the community. They both have very, very strong communities, but one I would say is more pure, while the other community is being taken advantage of.
More centralized, more from the top down, right?
Mhm.
More traditional in a sense, right? With
Mhm.
XRP over Doge. I like those takes. I like those takes. Okay. How about this one? Binance or BitGet as a centralized exchange.
Oh man, why are you putting me on the spot? You trying to get me like no contracts this year? Trying to get me canceled
Well,
from
boy, if
exchanges?
it's a tie, it's okay for it to be a tie too. It's okay
I
to
was
have
like,
a tiebreaker.
we got this is where we change the topic and like skip, skip that one.
Skip next question and plead the
We do
fifth.
squid. We do
Plead the
skip.
Yeah,
I'm trying to work some deals right now between both of them.
Okay. We won't say too much on that.
Yeah.
We won't say too much on that. Okay. How about this one? So new launch blockchains in the last year or so, we've had some really, really strong new launch blockchains. I say some
Did
of the
we
top ones definitely
did
has
we have strong launches?
maybe not strong launches, but definitely
Yeah.
strong community growth and strong ecosystem growth, such as Hyperliquid and Sweet.
Yeah.
So Hyperliquid
True.
or Sweet?
Absolutely true. Sweet.
Sweet.
Hyperliquid
Okay.
is doing better though. I'll give it to Hyperliquid. They're doing better. I think Sweet is casting a wider net where Hyperliquid is basically this singular product that's their bread and butter. They're still evolving their
Yeah.
ecosystem, while Sui is still innovating and growing out in multiple sectors where they can bring in more of an audience.
Sweet or Say?
I was trying to work some two deals too, right? It's like trying
Just from your user.
trying to end me, huh? Sweet.
Sweet. Okay.
Sweet still doing some good stuff, yeah.
Sweet or Binance Smart Chain?
I was confused by the question. I'm sorry. I was like, it's sweet.
BSC, like
yeah. I'm confused, but I was like, those two kind of don't compare. But BNB does the volume, although I don't think they don't have as much innovation, and like it's not as exciting to use, and using the user experience has not improved. Let's just say.
Sweet blockchain or Arbitrum blockchain?
Sweet.
Is Sweet your top blockchain? That's how they usually say.
Sweet is my top blockchain. I am fairly active there. But we move around based on where the opportunities are. Whereas like, all right, well, maybe I want to do some farming on Arbitrum. Maybe there's a big airdrop happening on Say. Maybe there's a community I like on Base. So I wouldn't say we have to be a maxi on like a certain chain or certain project. We want to cast a wide net because we know what happens in crypto. We want to diversify.
Well said. Well, you killed it. Good job. I mean, that's the end of the
Thank
game.
you.
That's the end of the list that I got. But yeah, usually, and then we'll get to the end if Sweet keeps winning, and then you say, is Sweet the favorite one? And I could see why. I'm a big fan of Sweet as well, and I like what
Yeah.
they're building community wise and just UX wise. So good picks there.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
mean, I was a
Landry
bigger fan
said,
when the coin was at all-time high, but like I'm still a fan.
"Trust the plan, trust the plan."
Yeah,
Landry
yeah,
says Dan is a sweet master.
that's true. I
I
see
would
it.
say so.
I see how easy it is to build there. Like, developer. I've met some developers who didn't have experience that worked with them, and they were like, "Oh, yeah, it was so easy to get started. Like everything it
Yeah,
was just like building blocks." And if
yeah,
developers have a good experience, I believe that there's going to be more developers. And as we saw with the Cetus hack earlier this year, they froze the funds and they got people that money back. So they were able to stop a
huge.
$260 million hack on chain
Damn.
while people said centralization versus decentralization. I want to be on
Yeah.
the chain where my money doesn't disappear.
Yes, well said, well said. I feel like you need some degree of centralization for,
Mhm.
crazy things like that, right? And then you
Yes.
could feel a lot more, you could rest assured you could sleep a little bit more soundly, knowing that your
Yeah,
funds aren't just gonna disappear. And these are the measures that take place when something like that happens. So that says a lot, right?
absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot of chains to use if you want like full decentralization, but
Yeah.
you're not going to get that same level of innovation. And if there's a hack,
Support.
you don't have any more money.
There's no one to call. There's nobody
Yeah.
to call. You're on your own.
Mhm.
It's the wild west of finance. So when you do
Yeah.
get layers of centralization and these parent companies over top, they do more measures in place. They have more measures in place a lot of the time for things like that, exploits, security issues, and so on. So that's actually, I guess, the bright side of it. Mr. Jester says we have
Absolutely.
matching shirts on today.
I
I guess
saw
we do.
that and I had to look. I was like, oh, yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Kind of, yeah, color wise,
Yeah.
color wise. We didn't plan this,
Mhm.
guys. We didn't plan this.
Yeah. I just saw him like right before this stream, and then like, oh, we just kind of dive in. We keep things loose here.
Yeah, yeah, we keep it loose. We keep it loose off the top. All
All
right.
right.
Well,
So
that's it for
where are
my
we
this or
starting?
that game. Do we want to hop in to
Yeah.
the content? I guess you mentioned
Well,
banter. I'm not sure who you wanted to start with, but let's go
what
ahead
do
and
you
see
what do
what
you
they're
feel like?
saying.
YouTube or TikTok?
Ooh, the TikTok ones are so cringe. I wish I had a couple videos lined up. But there's a
I have
couple
to make
creators I
it.
know off the top we can pull up.
Yeah, I have to
But
make a new account. I have to make a new account just for this because the algorithm got me way too deep in XRP specifically. But
fancy.
there's some crazy stuff in there.
Yes, there's definitely some crazy stuff, some cringy stuff. And what baffles me is that people are eating it up. People are falling for it. A lot of these new TikTok, new crypto TikTok influencers, especially on the Soul Trench space, are really getting a lot of traction. They're getting a lot of numbers, and their videos are really getting into the algorithm, and they're funneling lots of users into their Telegrams where they make calls where pretty much the users in the Telegram are just exit liquidity for these influencers. So people are copy trading them and then they dump on them. So that's kind of the game
Mhm.
that's been going on with the TikTok game. And I want to pull up some of these TikToks to show everyone an example of what to watch out for.
Yes.
No one in particular. Rico said goobers, exactly, pretty much. So a lot of new users in crypto, they get really excited. They see the Solana memes and people making dozens of Sol and want to replicate that. Join these groups and they actually get dumped on. So
Yeah,
it's
and people are teaching
slimy
other
game.
like these kids are teaching other kids how to rug. It's like I made $15,000 today making meme coins. I was like, you've been rugging people. You've been rugging people
Yeah,
all day.
it's insane. Teaching them how to
Yeah.
pull liquidity, teaching them how to literally make a meme coin and just hey, you can make 15,000 a day or 1,500 in a day.
Yeah.
So
It's like
definitely the
buy this
wrong
course.
type
Buy
of
this course on
influence. Yeah.
how to do crime.
Yeah, the rug course. Like it's getting
Yeah.
slimy. Things like this is when
Yeah.
people start saying we deserve zero, right? And things
Mhm.
like that. That's funny.
Yeah.
Goobers, they all look alike. That's facts, Rico. That is
Yeah.
facts. So let's take a look at some of these creators today. Even on YouTube, there's different things that are definitely red flags that some of these
Mhm.
influencers are putting out there and putting out into the space that honestly speaking can be very extractive and can be just a
Yeah.
toxic way to go about crypto. So I'm excited to see some of these.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm gonna move to the side and we're gonna get into one of these. And we're gonna go here, XRP price prediction. Let me know if you can hear everything.
Yep.
Oh no, let me unmute the
Oh
site.
no. Still no audio.
Okay, well, damn. how do I get you to hear this? All right, we should have done a test before the stream, but let's just look at this. XRP price prediction this year $10, which is already crazy. Next year 25, year 2050 $10,000. Now, people are thinking like, oh, it's the same thing as Bitcoin. It's like if Bitcoin can do 1,000x, like this is going to do 1,000x too. It's only $2 right now, guys. So obviously there are issues behind that, and there are there are a lot of people taking advantage of these new users. And it's like they all say the same thing too when they say their top 5 cryptos. And let's get into that. XRP, as you can see there, Bitcoin, which we can agree with, it has outperformed this by far among this entire list. XLM, which I don't get. I really don't understand XLM at all. Like, who's using it? Where's that demand coming from? I know they got a bunch of OG holders, but it's not that exciting. H-bar, which kind of in the same boat as like, just in the same boat. Sol and ETH, I definitely think will do well, especially in this alt cycle. But Bitcoin, that we know that's going to do well, and the other ones 100%. Not so well.
Other ones not so well. And you mentioned one of the most common misconceptions among new users is when influencers say the price is only $2. Look at the price of Bitcoin. It's over $100,000. So look how young it is compared to Bitcoin. Not understanding, of course, market caps and supply, right?
Yes.
So that's the thing. People don't understand market caps and supply. So they'll see Doge. They'll be like, no, I'm holding Doge because eventually it's going to go to, let's say, $10,000. Or what if it reaches the price of Bitcoin, right? The market cap would have to be astronomical, bigger than the entire whole market cap of crypto times multiple X's. So that's the one thing a lot of new users don't understand, and they'll see content on that. That was a decent example because at least those weren't like super obscure coins. At least it was like, H-bar, sure, it's been around for a long time, not that exciting of a coin, but it's not like a 50K market cap random Solana pump fund token, right? So there's influencers that will throw those in saying, look at the price of this, it's just not even a penny. It's going to go to, the same price as Solana one day, right? And so things like that.
And there's different levels of crazy, but at least XRP is lower risk than going directly into a meme coin. You're not going to be down 99%. It might be like 80%. We'll see. Exactly. But let's take a look at some of the comments, because you always have to read the comments just to build out a little perspective. Like, what are people actually saying?
Yeah, what are people actually thinking?
Yes. Colin Granger. This guy changes the price every day. Okay. I was like, well, yeah, that's his bread and butter. He just makes XRP content. He said by the end of July, it will go between $10,000 to $16,000. And I believe that this person was watching that and responded to it. And then you say, yes, this is 10,000 this week, just yesterday. LOL, in 25 years, XRP same as $1,000 today. I don't really know what that means. Great, I'll be dead before I'm rich. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. Yeah, it's like, is this person like super old? Do they have some kind of disease?
Okay, so as you guys can see, he's playing into like the radical price prediction sort of. That's his bread and butter, as you mentioned, right? People who hold XRP, they like to see these things. Or someone who's new to crypto, they've probably heard of XRP, maybe they bought a bag. And they like watching influencers who are like, yeah, like we're going to the effing moon, or we're going to these insane prices, and people eat that up. And I feel like it's good for the algorithm. And he focuses in on XRP holders, right? And the XRP community and the fans of XRP, especially the new ones, right, who are not understanding these things. XRP is not going to 10K, in my opinion.
Right.
Same for a coin.
Just very realistic about that. No offense, but this is like, I've seen this play before, on YouTube, on X, where everyone has their price prediction and they're like setting it, and the Moon Boys eat it up. They're going to engage with it. It's going to get them attention. This elevates them to get sponsorships and to start dumping on the audience that engaged with them.
Exactly, exactly. And before you know it, they're pushing other coins that that's out of their wheelhouse because they're getting deals because they've been getting all this engagement. We
Mhm.
An example of this was even Slum Doge Millionaire Pro the Doge, right? He was just
Oh
pure Doge,
man,
Doge hype man, right? The number one Doge hype man, and that
yeah,
elevated his socials to the point where he's now able to get sponsors. And then on his Twitter, even on his YouTube, he'll promote some other coins like, "Whoa, this isn't Doge. I thought you're Pro the Doge," and then they'll kind of sell out on their communities. So we see that happen
yeah.
all the time.
So the tactic with Pro the Doge is like, what meme coin should we buy? And then he's like, he puts his like eyes emoji next to the one that's sponsored, and then that dumps.
Exactly.
Obviously, that dumps.
Yeah,
So he
exactly.
really like he did like the perfect playbook for building a brand around buying Doge. I haven't seen anyone else get to that level. Maybe
Exactly.
But he wasn't like on all like immediately on podcasts on CNBC on all these like
Literally.
Web 2 platforms, just talking about Doge. Like Ansom's big, but he didn't get to that level of on the Web 2 side.
Exactly. Exactly. And what was that one? The Floyd, the droid. Remember that one? What was it?
Is it this guy?
Droid. Not no, not this guy. Oh
Oh,
yes, yes, yes,
it is
yes,
this
yes,
guy,
that
right?
guy. Yes, 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 yes. What was that
Yeah.
one coin he started pushing? We talked
He
about it.
pushed a lot of scammy coins. There's definitely a Zach XPT thread.
There has to be. And the thing, what's really sad
Da
is he
Vinci
was
something.
shilling
Yeah.
Da Vinci. Thank you. He was shilling Bitcoin at $1, which is amazing,
Yeah.
and he has that all documented. And use that clout to, of course, become one of the influencers who are getting these token deals and dumping on the community, right?
Yes.
Because there was that one token. I'm just trying to remember the name of that one token. It was kind of disrespectful. It was based on the Black Lives Matter movement.
Oh no.
Droid.
Let me look up
Oh
Zach
no.
XBT Da Vinci. We're gonna find it.
Da Vinci, Da Vinci. So that's one example. So the reason I like these examples are because these are very familiar names, familiar faces. People have seen Pro the Doge. People have seen Da Vinci over the years. If you've seen crypto or have digested some crypto content, you've likely seen these guys before. So they'll seem trustable, but you don't know the nuances and the intricacies of some of these token deals that they're getting and some of these coins that they might show on you. A lot of the times go to zero. So
Yes. So we do have a Zach XBT thread from last year, pretty much, yeah, a year ago.
let's take a look.
And then from the top, this is Da Vinci Jeremy, earliest crypto investor. He called everyone to buy BTC at $113. He made $124 million, which I doubt. His new calls shocked me. Here is his analysis and predictions. Jumping into Zach XBT, Internet Detective, which I would never doubt. Like, I believe everything he says, everything is well researched, and he has the sources to back it up. So, this is Da Vinci Jeremy, the biggest bag fumbler of all time. He called everyone to buy BTC in 2013. He now promotes sketchy projects undisclosed for a couple $1,000s. Do you think he actually took his own advice? I also agree. I'm sure he fumbled the bag because he's been shilling a lot of stuff. He really makes people remember I've been calling BTC for the longest time. But if you had that money and you were all right with it, you wouldn't need to talk about it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because if you had 124 M's, you will not feel motivated to go ahead and shill garbage,
Yeah.
shill, shit coin, meme coins to a community that's probably going to lose their money. Right.
Right.
If you had 124 M's, you wouldn't need to go ahead and do that. Right.
Yeah, it's
And
like
the
a
reason
penny
he keeps
to you at
reminding
that point. It's like you don't need a penny.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, why am I going to take the time to do that for a sketchy project if I have all this money, right? So there's just it's not worthwhile, and just taking on that kind of risk and brand risk. The reason he always reminds everyone that he called BTC back in the day is because obviously that gives him a layer of credibility, especially among new users and people who are new to crypto. It's like, damn, he's a real OG. He definitely knows something. Let me listen to what he's saying and buy what he's buying. And then congratulations, you played yourself.
Dumped.
So,
yeah.
That's the thing.
So
That's the thing with that. Good example.
I think it's a good time to transition to a little more familiar platform. We'll go to YouTube. We're going to do a little bit of crypto banter. We got Rand Stream here, and we'll jump into the live chat. Now the
Okay.
chat is always pretty active in his streams, and a lot of people showing up to these things. So let's
Right.
take a look at the chat. So we're gonna just jump into it. We're gonna just wild card, just jump in here. Let's see if we can find anything interesting happening. Subscribed, liquid staking, real analysis now. OM Mantra gonna do the same. So I know he was a big investor in that and was telling people about it before it rugged. Sonic, let's go. Nothing too bad. I respect that. I guess he was saying something pretty good. He didn't get any
And
hate
then
there. I don't know if this. Oh wait, that's top chat. Let's go to live chat.
top chat, live chat. They also have mods too, right?
Oh yeah, okay.
So
So
after
then,
the fact, you might not catch some of the craziest stuff,
oh yeah, I was in
but we
his
can
live
scroll
stream
through.
yesterday, and I was like, wow, this chat is crazy.
Yeah, see the mods can come in and clean it up. I'm not saying that's exactly what they do, but I know a lot of them do that, and they
Right.
definitely have mods, especially because of the volume of like negative comments that could be on some of these videos.
Oh man. All right. I guess we got to live stream his live stream next time.
Yeah, we gotta hop in while it's live to catch the juice. You can try
Yeah.
the comments on the video maybe.
Okay. Let's jump into that. I'm gonna prep that right now. We'll get into this because like once I zoom in, it kind of like messes with everything. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. We got some spicy takes here.
All right, let's take a
So
look.
I'm gonna. Ah.
Uh-oh.
All right.
They had to kind of bragging about them.
Build your own bots with Rand. Join Rand for an exclusive hands-on Zoom workshop. Guide you step by step. All right, so he's doing these Zoom things where it's like a pre-recorded video, and then you play it where it feels like it's a real event. We've kind of seen that playbook before,
Yeah,
and I
that's
I
a
think
classic.
yeah, it's interesting though. I was watching his stream and he was promoting like multiple exchanges at once, and
Yeah.
it was very aggressive.
Yeah, I think they've always kind of done that. They'll have one in the corner, they'll have like
Yeah,
one throughout, and then one at the end, and another offer from another one at the end.
I'm surprised
Just
brands are
maxing out
okay with
sponsors.
that and not like, oh well, that's an immediate competitor to us. We do not want to promote our brand at the same time.
Yeah, right then and there. I think I guess just the volume and the clout that they have, they're able to do more things like
Yeah,
that, and then not be like, I guess, conflict of interest, or they have enough clout, enough power in their show to
yeah,
be able to just take on whoever they want. But yeah,
yeah.
that's
All
interesting.
right,
That's
we'll
interesting.
we'll jump into the video comments, but let's jump into the stream comments real quick. Makeup with fashion after Da Vinci, Andrew Tate became a bigger shiller because he sees the opportunity to dump on crypto users.
Yes, I mean we saw Daddy, and then we saw another one as well. I
God.
think he dropped two or three, right?
Hmm.
And same deal. He was early on to be talking about how early he bought Bitcoin and how much money he's made in crypto and why he doesn't like crypto altcoins because it's PvP. And then he kind of went back on his word later on, dropped his own meme coin. Of course, he has a lot of engagement and a lot of influence on X and everywhere else. I mean, he's Andrew Tate and use that to cash out big time on those meme coins. So that's just another one. I think some people did make money at like the early stages, but you know how it goes. Almost every celebrity token ends up pretty much at zero, and I feel
There
like
have
this was
not been any successno
no
celebrity
different.
tokens.
No, Mother had a little bit of a run. That's probably one of the longer ones I've seen
Yeah,
last,
but also
but they
after
all
that
end the
gone.
same.
Yeah.
Exactly. After that, gone. They all end the same way, and these celebrities never talk about the token again. They abandon it. They abandon the holders, and they cash out at the top. They make the top
Yeah.
right when they when they cash out, and you never hear about them again. So Andrew Tate was definitely another one of those. Another one of the plenty of celebrities that do this.
Yeah.
Like it's a
And
whole
it was
playbook, right? You have Sahil.
yeah, same thing. Yeah, happened with Trump, Melania, and just
Yeah.
the
Even
the
Trump. I
biggest
haven't looked at
names.
Trump in a minute. I
I
haven't looked
haven't
at
either. Let's take a
the Trump
quick
price in
look.
a
Let's
minute. Is it
let's
still?
bring up the Trump chart.
That one can't be all the way dead, can it? I mean, it's the freaking
Uh
president.
it didn't improve much. Let's see.
Okay.
did not improve much.
That's already not looking so good.
Even during an alt season, it's like not amazing.
Yeah, I remember people were saying $40 is FUD.
Yeah.
$8.
Yeah, and
I remember people saying
I remember
$40
it
is
actually
FUD.
went to like 100 or something, like the first few days, and then downhill ever since.
We're having downhill ever since. We're having some requests for you in the comments if you're down. I'm not sure if you wanted to
Sure.
get into that.
Yeah,
Let's
let's catch up to these other comments. You know, we gotta show these people who were here earlier a little attention. KG Crypto XRP CTO says he doesn't know what the XRP token is even for. I believe that because there's a lot of competing tokens that can do the same thing, that have the same connections, that have better technology, and you want to create a story for that demand. And right now, or at least for the last 8 years, it's been a story.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's really well said. If the CTO himself is saying he doesn't even know what the token is for,
Yeah,
I feel like that's saying a lot. I feel like that speaks volumes, right? And especially most new users, don't really understand a lot of different concepts and different nuances of blockchain and what some things are even for. There's people who hold Solana that's never, connected the Phantom wallet and actually got, into interacting with different protocols and dApps, and a lot of people don't actually even know what it's about. And that just comes down to the game of popularity and some of the names you hear the most. I know some people who hold crypto that are not by any stretch power users or wouldn't know how to, let's say, farm an airdrop or do on-chain lending and borrowing, right? Or liquidity or LP farming, different things like that, right? And they just hold it. So I feel like XRP, like what would you say, Dan, is the use case? What's the last thing you use XRP for? Or do you interact with any of their on-chain
I have used
stuff?
it.
I personally don't, but I want to hear about you.
Just out of curiosity, I've used the XRP ledger. It works with MetaMask, and you use XRP. Okay. The bridging and getting into that ecosystem was a bit challenging, even for like an experienced user. It wasn't super intuitive. It wasn't very fast. Not a lot of action in their ecosystem yet. That could change, of course, but comparing that to any more established DeFi ecosystem, it's not going to get attention there. Like, money isn't flowing in there unless there's incentives. They have the money to incentivize people, but they're like, let's just cash out. Let's just keep telling that story. Let's just cash out.
Exactly. They sell tokens all the time. As far as user base, when you're talking to crypto power users, they're on Solana, they're on SWI, they're on BSC, and you never really hear of much direct usage of XRP. And I'm a big product first guy. I like placing my bets on good products, on things that people actually use in practice, like on a regular basis, because that's where revenue can be generated from, and what will eventually, I feel like, stand the test of time, things that people are actually using. So that's why I don't care too much for XRP.
Yeah, same here. It's just, I've invested in it in the early days in like 2017, and I've been disappointed by it. So I've already been burned, and I'm more cautious now. And I'm not just saying I don't like it. I've jumped into their ecosystem. I looked at like, why are people interested in this? I want to go in and understand that because it could be an opportunity. But once you dive in, you're like, well, maybe there isn't an opportunity there.
Yeah, a lot of people can't even explain it, and that's not a diss. I mean, the CTO himself just came up and said that he doesn't even know what the token is for. So that's my stance on it. One thing that I do like about it is, of course, the XRP army. I know the power of community in crypto. They definitely have one of the most passionate communities. I think it's just more cult style and just community styles. Popularity is like top notch, and that has value in of itself and stands for something. But the product itself, to me, is very underwhelming for how big they are.
Yes, absolutely. Ibrahim, clarification on the Kita testnet. Is that worth farming? Are you familiar with that one?
No.
Sorry about that, Ibrahim. We could take a quick look.
Ibrahim.
We'll just jump into X.
Take a look at Kita.
Yeah, let's see what that is. Because, if you're familiar with this type of stuff, you can take a quick look and come up with like, all right, this is what people are doing.
I have heard of Kita, actually, but I did not farm it.
Oh, it's like a cheetah. It's a Kita.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah, I've heard of
world's
Cheetah,
most
but I haven't
scalable
farmed it.
blockchain network. All right, already got like it's just another blockchain. Kita network most scalable, 10 million transactions per second. That doesn't get me excited about a chain at all.
That's what they all do.
Whoop,
They're on Kraken.
yeah, hold on. I had to mute another tab.
Oh, you
Yeah,
can
it's
hear it.
on
We can't.
Kraken. Oh, the token's already available. It's probably no
It says it came out
airdrop.
yesterday.
Probably not worth farming now if it's already out.
Yeah, I mean, if the token's already out, you are already
Oh
late.
yeah,
Perhaps a shorting opportunity, or
or not. It went up
or not.
or down. It's steady. It's steady at a
It's
$400 million market cap. That's a strong launch. Um, yeah, I have to take a look, but once you say you're a really fast blockchain, I'm like, that's not gonna get
Yeah,
people in
man.
there. We've seen that before.
At this point, that's not going to cut it.
Yeah.
At this point, that's not going to cut it. Back when Solana was coming out and was actually a lot faster and cheaper than a lot of what was already available, that hit a lot harder than nowadays. There's L2s that come out every single day at this point, damn near, or at least every week, and they all are talking about more scalable, faster transactions, and finality time. And it's pretty much just what you hear across every single blockchain, and they pretty much all
Yeah.
do this. So I'm not sure what the differentiating factor is, or the big value proposition there, or any sort of specialty, or why would anyone go trade there? All right, because
Yeah. Because it's a
down to action.
competitive space. Like, they're gonna say they're the fastest blockchain, but what if you heard it this way? Like, let's just reframe it. They're another layer 2 blockchain. They're another layer 1 blockchain. If you just heard that, what would you think? Like, well, I don't want to jump in that. Like, what are you gonna do different?
Exactly. Thank you. What to do? I like specialized blockchains and just projects that are actually innovating, doing things that give them a competitive edge. That makes me bullish on it and make me want to join them. But if they're just doing what everyone else is doing, that's not enticing to me, and I wouldn't think that that's enticing to other users. I try to think about what other people would think about that as well. So I move
Sam
on
Altman
from
invested 30 million in Kita. Did he
there
really
has
do
to be
that?
something we don't know. There has to be
Yeah,
something we don't know.
that would be amazing. Like, that has to be some reason, because he already has two other things, Praxis and World Chain.
And yeah, exactly. Praxis, WorldCoin, I'm sure more too. He's been quietly investing in projects behind the scenes. A lot of them will even fly a little bit under the radar, and then it's like, boom, you see Sam Altman in the list of top investors.
Yeah, I
Which is
didn't
really
see
interesting.
that in a Google search, so maybe there was some misleading information.
That makes me a little bit bullish on DeFi AI. AI agents and such, different things like that. Because of course, OpenAI, one of the leaders, if not the leader, as far as AI goes, from a user standpoint for sure. And having a portfolio of crypto projects in his portfolio, pretty much, I believe there's going to be some sort of integration down the line wherever it fits in. He'd have a lot of influence and a lot of just a lot of resources when it comes to that intersection of AI and crypto. So I think it's bullish that Sam Altman is investing a lot into crypto projects. Not sure why he chose Kita.
I wasn't able to confirm that information. Would have to look in other platforms to verify that.
Is accurate. Yeah.
Let's see. Dan, reveal to us your farm pool strategy for the future. So I'm not really farming a lot of airdrops. I've mentioned it in other streams. I'm using Yield Optimizer. Pretty much my last video on like top airdrops for July. I'm still farming those. So if you watch that, we'll dive into that. But I've been doing pretty well with Yield Optimizer. I'm in rank 135, 11 million points. I put in 0.5 ETH. I bought YT Yo ETH on Pendle. It's a little more advanced, but essentially I only want points. I only want to buy points. I'm spent half an ETH on points to speculate on their airdrop, because I think it's going to do pretty well. They have a lot of established DeFi partners, which isn't easy to do. So you have to have like pretty significant backing and a pretty established platform to be on Pendle, Euler, Balancer, Fluid, just because those platforms don't want to be responsible for you losing money to their users, you know?
Yeah, no, well done. Well done. I actually really like that. You're the one who actually showed me yield
Hmm.
optimizer and that stuff, and that it maximizes on some of the best pools out there. So nice, simple
Yeah.
way to farm. They have great backing, pre-token, pre-TGE. So airdrop opportunity there, good speculation there, and you're still earning interest and earning a yield
Yeah.
in your crypto. So
So
I feel like that was an excellent answer to what he said.
so check out
Very
that
well.
airdrop video. There's also PARADEX. I kind of just partnered with them. I am going to be shilling them. So there is a link in the description. Check out PARADEX. Get started with them. I think that airdrop is going to cook. Now, they are a competitor to Hyperliquid. You don't have to do any
Oof.
bridging. You don't have to move between Hyper EVM and just Hyperchain. You can do deposits from multiple chains. The experience is very fluid. They have a lot of
Mm.
different products, and they do $2 billion in like options trading on
Damn.
the traditional finance side daily. So if
Oh, they
those
have to
users
TradFi
come,
too.
yeah, yeah. So they do call
Oh.
options and spreads and all those different traditional finance products for TradFi that wants access to crypto. Now, Paradex
Mm.
is their decentralized version of that. And once those users potentially, if they move over, that's a lot of potential volume on their chain. And I think they're going to gain more traction generally just because they have such a good product. You know, they pretty much have ETFs, vault traded funds. You have these baskets of cryptocurrency where you can bet
Ooh.
on a lot of different assets at once to go long or short. So you don't have to have
Oh.
full exposure to one coin and miss some pumps. You bet on all of the meme coins if you want. So I like that. I
Nice.
think these are better products for people who don't want to degen into crypto Twitter. And these aren't managed by users, so they're not going to change the amount of tokens. They're not going to put 20x. You're not going to have that crazy risk from some user changing what's in that vault.
I love that because so you basically get a widespread exposure. You get an index, is essentially like an
Yes.
index fund,
Yeah.
right? So you get a basket of assets in your favorite sectors or some of the sectors that you're most bullish on in crypto. It looks like they have an AI one. It looks like they have a meme coin vault.
Yes.
N-
Yeah. And they
uh,
have, bearish or bullish. So like sometimes you gotta be bearish, sometimes you gotta be bullish.
Wow. And look at this. We actually even have a Paradex user in our chat that's also vouching for them. They prefer it over Avantis and over Axiom.
And we
And
just
that's
talked
saying a
about
lot because I
Avantis
really like,
yesterday. Yeah.
yeah, we did. That's saying a lot because I really do like Axiom. And I guess Avantis is more prominent than I gave it credit for if
Hmm.
some other users here are doing that. So thank you everybody for your input. Paradex looks like a fire platform. I've never tried it. How would one get started, Dan?
So they support all the major blockchains: Arbitrum, Solana, Polygon,
Nice.
Ethereum. If you have USDC on one of those chains, you deposit that and then you start trading immediately. So there's no bridging. It's
That's
like a
crazy.
fluid experience if you're already on chain.
Damn. So you just go ahead and deposit. You're good to go. You're ready to go.
Yeah, yeah. So I
Paradex. I'm gonna have to
I
check that
think
out
it's
after the
gonna
call.
cook. Yeah, they made like I've used it. I've used the product. I feel very confident about it. I looked at the background. I look at the volume that they're doing on the traditional
Mm,
finance side of things, and
damn.
products that make money have a good airdrop. So I'm
Is that
bullish
so?
on
You
that. Hmm.
sorry. After you. After you. Pardon me.
I'm bullish on products that have revenue because their airdrops cook. We saw that with Hyperliquid. Their airdrop made, five figures minimum for most people. I feel like this
Yeah.
hasn't been getting that much attention yet. So I think there's a big opportunity here. Um, and, I wanted to be a partner with them. So I will be like shilling referral links and making content because I want to elevate my airdrop.
Yes, well said. And I just like the analysis there, guys, because a lot of the times in crypto, history doesn't always repeat itself, but it rhymes. I'm sure you've heard that saying many, many times.
Mhm.
This is a hyperliquid competitor that's already having revenue from their TradFi side. Did you mention 2 billion in volume
Yes,
that they've
yes,
done,
through
like
options
all time
trading.
volume? through
Yeah.
options
No,
only.
daily.
That's
They're daily. They do like 40 billion a
whoa.
month. Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, so strong user base already, and just
Yeah.
volume. With these exchanges, there's of course different fees built in, so they're getting crazy revenue. So even if it was like point something percent, you're getting
Yeah.
$40 billion trading volume on the month. It's
Yeah.
projects with firepower that deliver big time airdrops. That's why I was saying I like the analysis and the comparison to Hyperliquid, which Hyperliquid, a lot of people were hyper aware of it, no pun intended, where PARADEX already doing numbers on the TradFi side. A lot of crypto people may not be hyper aware of this yet. I haven't heard of it. Actually, Dan introduced me to it. And that could be a huge airdrop opportunity. As someone who's an airdrop hunter, I like to find opportunities like this. I would say relatively underfarmed, or the mind share undervalued for what it can potentially be. And they're introducing, it seems like, a lot of the same trading tools like that you would find on something like Hyperliquid. And plus they have index funds and different things like that. Bullish.
Yeah, and they're doing some other campaigns pretty soon. I'm trying to work with them to get like whitelists and airdrops for some of the other things they're doing. So if you're here, you're in the community, you're in off-brand, you have a good shot. You have a good shot at getting something.
That'd be nice to get some whitelists for the off-branders and some different things like
Yeah,
that, some airdrops. So guys, definitely join us in the Discord below. That's the off-brand crypto Discord. You can find Dan, you can find myself, and we hope to bring you guys more opportunities and of course alpha every day.
absolutely.
We
So
got
we
Kumar.
got Kumar, got one for you. What do you think of Darwin? I looked it up. I don't know if this is the right one because I mean it is a new coin, but it's not looking good because it's like at a $4 million market cap. Like you don't want to be playing around with these low market cap coins.
Yeah, 4 mil market cap. Darwin,
And they
what
launched like
is it?
last month. That is a great question. We go to the website, Darwin's Lab, AI that trains itself.
Okay.
I don't know, man. Trusted, these are not real partnerships. It's like, okay, they use NVIDIA. It says AI pending U.S. Department of U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. I'd be very skeptical about this. Good luck, though. I'm sorry, but good
Good luck to
luck.
you, man.
Yeah, that's a rough one.
That's a rough one with the low market cap. Hopefully, you can get some good upside there. But remember that that's one of the most competitive spaces, and it's tough to gain mind share when there's so many other players. I hope it cooks and they do some crazy catalyst for you and your bag.
Yeah,
But that's a long shot in my opinion. I like this
yeah.
comment.
Yeah, and that the banana spit from the last stream was a great analogy. Funny how Josh fell for it, because we
Damn,
all
Kumar.
drink the Kool-Aid. If someone sounds like an authority, they can lie to you very easily. So that's what we have to always remember. Like, is this really as good as they say it is, or are they lying to me?
That's not fair, man, because I trust Dan and Dan
Yeah,
doesn't lie to me. So that I'm an easy target. But at the same time,
yeah,
there's lots of users and people in different audiences that trust these KOLs and influencers in front of them. That's the
yeah.
same way they can spin anything up to users. So definitely be careful and be cautious of what people are saying.
Always keep your guard up. Always keep your guard up.
Yeah, always keep your guard up. Keep your guard up. See, with Dan, I didn't think I didn't think I had to have my guard up. So he got me. He got me good on live. I was like, oh, bananas. I'm like, damn, I never knew that. That was
Because
good. That was good.
right before that, we were talking about like not trusting these people. They can say anything, and I'm like, I'm gonna try that.
That's hilarious. If you could send me that clip after our stream, if you don't mind, I'm gonna repost that too. That's
Oh,
fine.
absolutely, absolutely.
Appreciate it.
All right, so let's see. Are you guys not doing any DeFi pools to get fees? I'm in a few. I've added liquidity on a few pools on Sweet, but the trading volume is trash, so I'm not really making that much. If you are going to add into a liquidity pool, you want to make sure there's like decent volume.
Yeah, 100%. Decent volume and deep enough liquidity, right? I haven't done that either. Last I did was also on Sweet, actually, on Hadel,
Mhm.
back when I was
Yeah,
farming for their airdrop. I don't usually do a whole lot of LP farming, but I'll dabble here and there if I'm bullish on, let's say, an airdrop or it's early and I'm getting a yield anyway. Might as well go ahead and do it. So I did some of that on Hadel. They had some good numbers there, but again, volume drops off after things like airdrops and such. So I haven't been involved in any either. I know he asked you,
so
but
So
that's me.
no, all good. Like for liquidity, if you want to make a lot of money real quick and you don't want to take as much risk as holding a coin, you got to add liquidity to high volume coins. When Trump
Yeah.
launched, people were making millions of dollars by just adding liquidity because no one else was doing that. So they didn't have the full exposure of the coin going 100% up or down, but
Mhm.
they were just making money on all those trades. And if you're just there during that first day when the trading volume is at maximum while the liquidity is still very thin, you can make a lot. So those are like the rare opportunities you should be looking for when they come up.
Good alpha right there. You're essentially in a small way getting between a lot of these transactions, and if there's crazy amounts of volume, you can stand to make a lot. Well said.
Yeah. So I guess if Andrew Tate does launch a meme coin, add liquidity immediately, take it out the next day, cash in.
Yes, yes, yes. But I like the point you made too. You are missing that potential exposure, but that way you're not gambling as hard. You won't get directly rugged. You
Yeah.
do have impermanent loss risk if it does go too crazy to one side. But even still, you don't run the risk of getting rugged, right? And different things
Right.
like that.
Right. I saw so many people bragging about like their LP rewards. I'm like, that was the move. That was the move we should have
That was the
done.
play. That
Yeah.
was the play, especially because that's on like a global scale. He's like they tweet about it. It's gonna be all over X. It's gonna be everywhere that the president just dropped a meme coin and just right when he's
Hmm.
getting elected too. So yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Let's see. Medusa. This Medusa on chain. She's from the TikTok cabal. I'm in a couple Telegram chats with other creators. I'm seeing what they're doing, and welcome, another amazing creator to follow. We're all trying to improve our content quality and get to that next level.
Yeah,
Ernie,
hundred
your
percent.
content isn't interesting no more. Probably because you just gated to one ecosystem. I don't think you've been watching enough content here, so that's all
You
right.
haven't been tuned in, man. You just haven't been tuned
Yeah,
in, Ernie. We try to cover a very wide net. We talk NFTs, meme coins. Of course, we love the sweet blockchain, but we were just talking Say. We just had one of the team members from Say on
yeah,
the other day, and we try to spread a wide net and bring you genuine, honest takes about what we're doing, rather than shilling you garbage or just being stuck to one thing. So,
right.
Ernie, I
And
definitely encourage you to tap in and tune in to more of the episodes.
yeah,
We've been dropping almost every day, and we probably got something for you soon, man. So definitely tune in and join us at Off Brand for sure.
yeah. And 3 weeks ago, had a chat with the dev shop from the Solana team, where they
Mm,
onboard teams from EVM chains into Solana. So they really want to
Blue
bring in
Shift, right?
other, Blue Shift, amazing guys. They want people to be on Solana. They bring in these chains, all these different projects. They want to make sure everyone has access to it. They have a supportive community. Everyone kind of lifts each other up, and they're enthusiastic about that. That's what you want to see. You want to see people that are passionate about what they're doing. They're not just doing it for the money. They believe in the cause, and that's kind of who you want to get behind, like in these investments. You want to be like, all right, if these developers are that passionate about Solana, what am I missing? And start taking a look, trying it out,
Yeah.
getting some exposure to some of the more prominent projects there.
100%, 100%, right? You want to go to where the opportunities are. You want to go to where the liquidity is, and you want to always try to be ahead of the curve. And we try to do
Hmm.
that. So,
Oh, appreciate you,
thank you
Sanjay.
for
Ernie, the content is pretty good. Yeah.
that.
Got
Appreciate you,
people backing
Sanjay.
us up.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
100%. And
Ib-
honestly, Ernie, thank you for tuning in as well. Thank you for joining us on the episode.
mhm. Ibrahim, honestly, I
Uh,
appreciate you. I haven't seen any YouTube channel that stands for the truth like this one. May God increase your followers. We appreciate that. We're just trying to
Amen.
make better content and hopefully that gets seen. So, all good. We're hanging out. We're in the trenches with you guys and
Yeah.
we just have more trench experience. Like, all right, no, we're going
Yeah.
to get killed in that trench. You go to this one.
Yeah. 100%, and that's what it's about, right? This is not our first cycle, so based on everything that we know, we want to protect our audience and community from things that are like obvious grifts, obvious rugs, or won't perform based on what we know and what we see, and give our opinion wide, not financial advice, but our takes based on the experience that we have. So
Yes,
also
absolutely.
investing in Kaita.
Do you mean
Do they mean
Kaito?
Kaido?
Because I did not find Kaita. Um, yeah,
Probably
Kaito.
Kaido.
Yeah,
Let
Kaido
us
is
know, Ibrahim.
InfoFi. it's a competitive space now. A lot of projects have launched their InfoFi. There's a couple AI agents that do it. There's a lot of already existing competitors on X.
Give rep.
Binance launched one recently too called CreatorPad, where they talk about certain projects and you split the rewards depending on how many people see it. So a lot of people are aggressive about getting followers on Binance with that because of that.
Damn. I didn't know Binance had launched one, but I guess with their creator pad, that's essentially what that is. So InfoFi definitely popping off and it's getting more and more competitive, like you just said. Give rep. I don't believe they've had their have they had their TGE yet? Do you know?
Not yet, not yet. But yeah, this is Binance's creator pad. You can see they've partnered with quite a few projects, 10 at the moment that are active. And some of the participation is pretty low. You can see this one launched a couple days ago. There's 82 participants. I might just get on this. I might just get on this.
Yeah.
I might have a pretty good
Whoa,
shot
what? That's
at
some alpha right
dominating.
there.
Yeah.
Why are there only 82 in Notcoin? Notcoin, I thought had a massive community. It's
They
on the ton
launched.
ecosystem.
Oh, yesterday. The event period
Okay,
started
maybe that's why.
yesterday, so it's still brand new.
Interesting.
So
A little
so
unrelated.
yeah,
The Seekers got shipped, right? I believe you bought 2 Seeker phones.
I did. But
And there
they're
is
shipped to my
a
US address, so I don't. I might not get
oh,
that until I go to the US in a couple months.
oh damn. Were you strategic in that rather than shipping it to your main residence?
I guess I messed up. It's normally a habit. Like anytime I'm shipping, I don't know my address in Taiwan. I'll be honest, I don't know
Oh.
my address. It's in Chinese, man. I don't know how to write that.
I was gonna say because it's in Chinese.
Yeah, I'm
Google
like,
Translate, man. After all these years.
you got to do it the right way because the formatting is different. It's not like the same formatting as a
Oh,
US address. I don't understand it.
that's confusing, man. That's
Yeah.
confusing. If I would have been lost if it wasn't for you when I went to Taiwan, the whole metro system, the MRT, how things work, and everything like that. That's funny. So we got the Seeker. The reason I mentioned that is because they're actually doing a hackathon that ends today
Oh,
for developers. I think that are making maybe apps for the Seeker or just Solana dApps and protocols. They put up 100K prize pool. And I think there's
nice.
probably some other bounties involved as well. Not sure if there's any builders in the chat, but hackathon is also a good way to discover early projects to have a look at. You can see the ones that are getting the most attention or that are actually placing in these hackathons, and
Mhm.
potentially you can find opportunities that way. So hackathons are a cool way to find projects that are still on the ground level and that you can get involved with early because good projects. It's good to be early, of course. So that's one thing to watch. The results or the hackathon ends at the end of the day today, and we'll be able to see the results of some of the top ones there. So maybe I know you're getting a Seeker. It's exciting. So maybe there be something there worth looking at.
Yeah, I saw the airdrop list. It's not bad. Hopefully those airdrops increase by the time I'm able to cash it in. So we'll see. I'm holding for at least a couple months.
Yeah, well, the first one, the Saga, they got the Bonk airdrop, which that airdrop alone paid for the phone, I believe,
Yes,
and
it
a little
4x.
more on top,
Oh
4x the phone. So you got a free phone, times 3 times the value. So that's pretty good.
yeah, I missed it because I just didn't think it was a good phone. I just saw the specs like this does not look like a good phone.
Yeah, and honestly, I've personally had a pretty bad experience with the physical devices game, but the Saga cooks, I can't lie, and the Secret could probably cook as well, especially with all
Yeah.
the volume and hype around Solana. If you do want attention for your brand new Solana app or protocol, airdropping secret holders is a good way to get some free marketing and attention. People to start talking about it on X and things like that. Another one that is really interesting is the Sweet Play to me, which is a Steam Deck competitor, as I'm sure you guys have heard of or heard us talk about before. So I think those could actually cook. But the other deep in devices you see, like a lot of these, like satellites and different things like that, I feel like a lot of those projects end up bleeding out
Yeah,
to
it's a tough
zero.
one. All right, we got Brand. Any crypto jokes for the day? Not yet, but let's jump into some more comments. Now, there's a couple
Okay, those are
decent
fun.
comments in Banter's video. I tried looking at Crypto Professor, but they're all scam bots. So Like there's no real comments because there's just no real comments. Like no one's watching these videos.
It's too bad your audio is not working, or else we could at least see some of the vids. But I feel like maybe this channel in particular, we should give a little more time on another episode.
Okay,
Unless you
okay,
want
well,
to go
yeah,
see
we gotta
some of
give
these
it a
comments
little.
too.
No, the
I feel like
comments are like botted too. Not that engaged with. Everything is like
okay, yeah, it's a little bit
yeah.
repetitive.
So let's jump into this one. AI trading bots tutorial, my new crypto strategy. In this show, Rand reveals his new crypto trading strategy for the current phase of 2025 bull run.
Ooh.
And then I think it's because he's a Pionex partner. Now I've used Pionex before and I understand how everything works on their platform, and they specialize in trading bots. Now, the only thing you have to do is figure out what is happening in the market, because you can get it right if it's trading sideways or if it's going up or down. So that's your responsibility, and then the trading bot does that. So no one can
That's what it
predict
boils
that
down
part.
to.
We just had a down moment, and if it's too aggressive,
Yes.
it's really hard to use in the short term. Longer term, for more steady moves, it does better. But let's jump into the comments.
Let's hop in.
Here we go. Uvash Siraj. Don't fall for this. Every single bot I tried has lost me money / liquidated. But it made him money.
Oh, they
They
replied.
did reply. Which ones did you try? How much leverage did you use when setting them? Oh, he was using leverage. Well, he said he was liquidated.
Okay.
So the kicker with this show,
Right.
Rand will earn an IB commission on every single trade from every single viewer who signs up with Banter's IB link to this broker. Smart. So I guess he's also promoting a broker, something, international brokers or something. I forgot what IB stands for. Well deserved. I think this is exactly what I was looking for. Let's see. Tell us how much they charge, Rand. Yeah, Schiller. More grids, more charge. So nothing like too aggressive.
Tell us how much they charge, man. You should.
Yeah, he truly thinks we're stupid. People really come to his comments just to kind of shit on him.
I've seen worse. I've seen entire threads on him, really just going in and just like try to dissect that he is a S tier grifter. He does deliver consistent content, but then you have to read between the lines of why some of these creators are getting so much hate. What thing could they have done that was so brazen or egregious that people are this disgruntled? You have to remember he launched a meme coin, I guess, that went to zero. Launched another one that pretty much did the same thing, and different things built in underway that may have gone sideways. And a lot of times they'll just, put it behind them, act like it never happened, and it's time for another episode. And then people are like, hey, I remember. So I think they come back and they drop some hate on him. Even we have somebody in our comments here talking about, I guess him.
Or even me. Here's the joke, crypto YouTuber bought 224,000 subscribers. Yeah, that's my mistake. I shouldn't have bought so many subs. Lesson learned.
You didn't buy
I didn't buy it.
You didn't buy any subs.
I'm very budget, but if you kind of fall off, if you don't make content that promises to make people rich, it's less interesting.
I don't even think that's what it is, because basically right now the markets are red, and a lot of new retail I don't believe are here yet. I feel like with crypto content, the same way that bull and bear markets are seasonal, it's also bull and bear markets in the crypto content space as well. People aren't really looking to learn about crypto when it's down or when we're on a red day, but when things are looking up and there's a lot more retail coming in, it also reflects on YouTubers. You see a lot of crypto YouTubers that 2021 bull run, 2017, different times. Lots of people were looking for crypto, and a lot of these accounts grew incredibly quickly. And then when the bear markets hit, engagement may not be the same. But what's important is that we stay consistent and bring you genuine crypto content and insight as often as we can, even when the markets are red, even when you're walking away. Because think about it, just like crypto investing, the ones that are still staying engaged and building good portfolios in the bear market are the ones that end up coming out on top when things are looking good. Those are the ones who end up standing the test of time. right? And same thing for the people who are here right now, like the ones that are viewers right now, getting alpha, getting insight when things may not be the most exciting, like we're not in a full-blown alt season like we had hoped for, but you're positioning yourself, you're getting alpha, you're getting info, and then when things are up, those are the ones who benefit the most. So shout out to everyone in the chat today taking in some alpha. You guys are the ones that will likely end up winning by the end of the bull market.
Absolutely.
So
Plus, you
definitely
know,
stay locked in for that. That's
this
my point.
cycle I've been more equipped to short, where I'm like, all right, I've seen this type of project before. I know it's gonna fail, and then I short. So there's a lot of opportunity
Yeah,
in that
especially.
too, where that'll hold up your portfolio if anything, and it can
Yeah,
be a bet to at least maintain your portfolio when the market dips.
I like that. Yes, 100%. And it hedges you, right?
Yes.
It hedges your positions and it hedges the value of your portfolio, knowing how to short, knowing when to short. There's always opportunities in crypto, whether we're in a bull or a bear market, right?
Mhm.
So that is definitely the thing there. So good call.
What do you guys think about Seal Tuxi GTE cookie yapping platform? That's a lot of different projects, right? I Seal is this new thing by
Yeah.
Sui, and I'm not too familiar with it. I heard there wasn't going to be a
I
token. It
haven't.
was just going to be like infrastructure that's available to anyone. So I kind of just stopped looking into it because like, all right, well, no token, just infra. Not going to touch that.
Right.
Tuxi, I'm not familiar with. Um,
Nah, neither am I. I've heard a lot about GTE,
GTE,
but I
yeah, it's
haven't
been all
yeah,
over my
jumped in.
timeline this last day because they left Mega
Mhm.
Mafia and they went to which train did they go to?
I'm not
I
sure.
forgot, but
They left the Mega ETH
yeah,
Mafia.
yeah, they left Mega ETH to go to another
Damn.
blockchain because they got like $30 million in funding from Paradigm and like, oh well, we want this money. Paradigm was like, you
Damn.
better move chains. You're gonna need some users. I think they went to like
Yeah,
Arbitrum or
yeah,
something.
fair to say. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it might have been Arbitrum actually. Interesting. GTE. We'll may have to do a deep dive on
Yeah,
GTE.
I haven't used their
And
platform
then
yet.
have you heard of Degen Coin Flip?
No, I have not.
So basically, that was another one I saw today. I could send you the tweet if you want to pull that
Mhm.
up. There's a story here. So basically, Degen Coin Flip is a coin flip game, one of the original on chain ever, built on top of Solana. Here, I sent you the link in the private chat if you want to pull up this thread. I think this could be interesting to have a look at. And this is how quickly a project can pretty much abandon their community. And this user lost $120,000
Ooh,
from a single Discord announcement. This is the rise and fall of Degen CoinFlip. I think this is well written and kind of takes you through it. At one point, this token was really flying high, and this whole protocol was flying high. And we could read through it
yeah.
here
So,
and
but
get. I want to get your take
yeah,
on that.
I'm just gonna stop for a second. I already see it written as a
Okay,
ChatGPT thread because we have the M dash here. You know, that's like a big sign that it's a ChatGPT thread.
you can
You
tell.
can tell it's like a very similar style we keep seeing on X. Like they all use the same style. And number two, they want to make it like something was really at risk. I don't think they lost $120,000 from like a single discount Discord announcement, but that's the hype. You know, you got to like really build things up. People aren't going to look into it, and even if they call you out, that's extra engagement, and you still blow up.
Yes, 100%. But see, there were some intricacies with that because this project had an NFT basically where users who held the NFT was getting a revenue share from the coin flip game, which was getting about 3.5% of transactions. Inspired by credit card processors that 3.5%. That was the transaction fee for the coin flip game, just 50-50 coin flip PvP. And the protocol would take a 3.5% fee. They had a lot of volume and user base. So if you held the NFT, you got a portion of that 3.5% fee. And basically, the game had so much volume at one point that users were making about $2 an hour, which is actually
Pretty good,
quite good
yeah.
for passive income. And this was really keeping up, and that sent the price of these NFTs through the roof. So I think when he says he lost 120 bands was on the value of that and what he was earning. They have their token and they were paying you out this fee, I think, in their token.
Hold.
And they diluted the original. At first, it was only 555 NFTs that were getting a piece of the revenue. And then the team, I guess, got a little bit greedy, dropped another, pretty much went ahead and dropped another NFT collection where it gets split even further. But they did that to get more royalties from the trading volume of the NFTs. And then they cut the fees in half so that the protocol kept more. The founders, was only a 2-man team, kept more. And then eventually the announcement is that they completely ended the fee structure and we're keeping everything from the game. The game is still running to this day. People still hop on and play, but now all those NFTs are pretty much useless because they were used to collect the fee, and those NFTs ended up going to zero. And there was just no announcement about it that they were taking the fees off. They just cut it off, and the team pretty much just walked away, and they're still cashing out from all the fees.
That's a massive rug. I can't believe people are still playing because of that.
Yeah. So I thought that was an interesting story. What do you think? Have you had a similar experience with something like that? And what are your thoughts on that?
I think this is a purchased account. I'll be honest with you. I looked. They did all the classic things you do to build out a killer tweet. First, there's no mutual follows. It's been around for a while, but maybe they bought the account, maybe they weren't that active. 4,000 posts. That's kind of surprising. That's like a crazy amount of posts. But maybe they did a course or something. All right, this is how you make a viral tweet, guys. This is how you do it. Now, the classic move is you make the tweet, you have an emotional attachment, like, oh, I lost $120,000, and then you pin it too. So when people look at your profile, it gets a view immediately. So they did like all the textbook things you want to do if you want to build out like a viral tweet. And, you have obviously the chat GPT icons. By default, it's going to give you these like emojis unless you take them out. And then
you can tell.
I can tell because I've used it before many times and I can tell.
Yeah, you can tell now.
So
you can tell now. Anytime you see the double dash, most people don't actually write that way, although it is correct. When you see like the double dash, or what do you call it? I'm not sure the official name for it, but ChatGPT always the M dash exactly with the emojis. You see that often, and even a little bit of just how polished it might be. So good analysis on that. I don't know too much about the user or the authenticity of him, but I thought that story was interesting. And DGen CoinFlip was an interesting story about how they just did that. They said, "Oh, for legal purposes, we cut."
Potentially he did lose money, but like $120,000, like I don't know about that much. But like you want to make it exciting.
Yeah, you definitely want to make it exciting. Sad to say, I've lost 6 figures in crypto, but not in this fashion, and that's a lot of exposure to put into one project.
Right. So yeah, you gotta have like a lot of capital to lose $120,000.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You're not gonna put your last, or hopefully not put your very last 120 bands into one NFT or one project, right? I mean, you're kind of asking to get cooked.
Let's see. KG Crypto, do you think retail could be here just as ETFs this time? I don't know. There's been quite a few ETFs for a while. But it's been like traditional finance, institutional demand, just not retail demand. I think it's because like people are broke. They're like they don't want to speculate in crypto. They see it as a scam. When Coinbase was at that Trump's birthday / military parade, people were like grilling Coinbase because of that. They were not happy that Coinbase was a sponsor because they like, oh, this event's a scam now because crypto's here. So
yeah, that's hilarious.
Well said.
I like what.
Yeah, good.
Well said. I like your take that ETFs, that's not necessarily retail per se, and people, like you said, people are broke.
Yeah.
So when you think about our last real injection of retail capital, I'll say COVID. There was a huge stimulus checks being put out from many countries. People had, seemingly more expendable income than usual, and had a higher risk appetite because of this. So I feel like that was a real influx. And if any of the viewers were around for that, you know how crazy those times got when you had that real influx of retail users. You had the stimulus checks in the States. You had something called the CERB in Canada. You had different countries had different initiatives, for for individuals and for businesses that were giving them payouts, in those hard times. And that's when we saw a true retail pump. So maybe a sort of stimulus in the economy, to some degree. Uh, and of course, also crypto going up is what I think would bring real retail in. And I don't think real retail is here yet per se. But when you talk about ETFs and stuff like that, like you said, it's institutional, it's sophisticated investors, and I feel like they pretty much are already here. The ones that want exposure, a lot of them already are positioned. There are more ETFs coming out, but with the inflows, I feel like we're not going to see anything like much more crazy here until we get that new sort of wave of liquidity,
Yes, absolutely.
in my opinion.
Brand, can you do a daily shorting list? That's not, daily, that's tough. Sometimes you just want like these broader market moves. Maybe, I've been watching Prove. Prove did like a pretty big pump, but I think over time that's gonna go down just because it's like Eigenlayer, it's like Entangle, it's technology that helps you prove something, but is there demand for it yet? I'd probably be looking at that one for some people to exit, especially when they get their airdrops. So you kind of want to take some minimal risk there. Like I lost a lot of money shorting Story Protocol.
Oh, fair say. You cooked a nice long on Proof though.
Earlier.
Well done. I saw that in the off-brand chat earlier today.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I got a little
what was
bit
that?
of
300% swing?
Yeah, and
not to pocket watch or put your numbers out there, but 300% long.
It was,
and on a nice 10x long.
Yeah, I did a 10x long. I saw it pumping. This is not like any type of advice I'd give to anyone new because you're absolutely going to lose money. But I saw the sketchy pump, which you kind of see after a coin launch, where like, all right, let's liquidate these shorts. I'm like, all right, let's liquidate these shorts, guys. And then I got in on the ride.
Yeah, guys. Let's liquidate these.
And
shorts,
then I short.
By the way, but that does go to another important fundamental, that the trend is your friend. Although it is an airdrop token, I don't think all the recipients or any of the recipients have gotten their tokens yet. However, you see the trend is your friend. It's going up. You can ride the wave, ride that momentum, use it to your advantage, and you made a play there. Especially that was really impressive to me that you did that, just on the fact that I usually see you going for shorts more, especially with these new protocols. But you said, hold on, I'm seeing something here. I'm seeing something here. Let me go ahead and go along. 300% win. Bravo. That's
there's always a crime pump if there's enough money in that protocol. If they have like a good market maker,
definitely
you're gonna see a crime pump.
Definitely, because I feel like at the launch of a token, especially if you do have the resources, the best marketing you can do a lot of the time is the chart. Price action, in my opinion, is the best marketing, right? Like a healthy looking chart or a bullish looking chart. Like, oh dang, I missed this pump. I could have gotten here. And they have the resources, like you said, market makers, different things to facilitate an early pump, and you were on the right side. But eventually, I feel like there will be a amazing shorting opportunity with Proof. Eventually, you just got to watch and see, and just see some of these claim dates are happening. I didn't look too deep into it. I didn't get any Proof airdrop, but I'm gonna talk to some of my friends who got it and see when they're claiming, if they're able to claim 100%. If everyone is fully liquid and able to claim 100% of it, definitely would probably try pop a short open right around or right before.
I'm also watching Towns. Towns just launched, and they gave a massive airdrop to like people who held the owl. The what's that owl NFT called? I forgot. Moonbirds. Yeah.
I didn't. Moonbirds. Moonbirds got a bag. I don't have a Moonbird.
Moonbirds got $1,500 worth of Towns, and they didn't even have to use the platform. So there's a lot of users who are ready to cash in. Towns is kind of like a Discord. And that coin's probably gonna dump too. So just something to watch out for. Because two things. One, they rewarded a community that wasn't their active user. Two, those active users that got significantly less than the Moonbird holders, and they were like really active. They were starting these communities. They were generating revenue. They were very deep in their ecosystem. They pissed off their users, so they're going to be out.
Salty.
The Moonbird users are going to take their free bag. So that coin, I can only see it going down over the next few months. It could go up over the next week or two, but over time, I see that one going down. Not financial advice, but these are the signs I'm seeing.
Good analysis. Good analysis. Majority of the community did not earn as much as another community who didn't have to do anything. There's some people who were farming for months that were in the Discord that were active for weeks and for months, and they're getting peanuts compared to other users who were just chilling. A lot of them may not have even ever heard of the project. And, hey guys, apparently we got an airdrop over here. What is it? Oh, how much?
All right, I'm out.
Sell it. You don't care about that project. We're not here. We don't care about that project. So that's how it goes a lot of the time. Even if it is decent tech and decent concept, right? These aren't your loyal users that you've been nurturing and building up from the ground up, from the genuine, the Discord trenches. So that says a lot, and that's a good analysis of to short. Might watch the price action a little bit and when some of these claim dates are, but I'm not sure if perps are available yet.
There are. Like so I'm gonna take a look at that too later. I keep forgetting, but yeah, that's something I have right now. I'd say just if you haven't shorted before, just consider looking at coins over time and like, hey, today I think these coins are going down. Look next month, and if you're right, like all right, you'll get a little more comfortable identifying how coins fail, and that might just be the opportunity. Now, if we're in like an alt season and everything is pumping, then don't short. That's like really hard to do. Like coins can still go down. We've seen that with like Pump Fun, but it gets a little more challenging.
It is because the trend is different. It's definitely easier to short during a more bearish.
Even sideways is easy. Too.
And even sideways. So, Brand, to your point, he asked if you guys, if we can do a daily shorting list. I think what would be better, I suggest, Dan, if you're down, is if we gathered maybe a bundle of these new launch projects, because there's so many of them. I even have a tweet with a lot of these new upcoming TGEs and projects, and we can do a small evaluation of, is this going to last, or is this going to be a strong project or a strong launch? It's supposed to come out in the next month, and we'll see some of the ones that we may or may not short. And after looking at it, I can say whether I would short it or not, and you can do that too. I think that'd be pretty.
Absolutely.
For some of the more prominent launches coming out, because I think that could be
that would be a good video.
I guess we have been a little silent.
We're at 80 minutes now. I think it's time to call it. We'll prepare like better videos with comments for the next one. Something more exciting. I think. We'll get back to this on Sunday. Maybe do like a Sunday to at least my time is like Sunday to Wednesday, and
that's fine.
We'll have a little consistency with these streams.
Yeah, we'll have it prepared a little bit more beforehand. Know some of the videos and some of the creators that we're going to take a look at. I think it'll be a good one. We'll get the audio right for the next one as well. Things like that.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks everyone for joining. Be sure to hit that like. That's always appreciated. And we'll catch you in a couple days. So, Josh, be sure to follow Josh.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. You can follow me at GPT Joshua on X, talking airdrop stuff, talking crypto, of course. 0x King Capital on YouTube. Been dropping a lot of shorts, but getting into some more long form stuff. And we have a lot of fun content planned for you guys over the next couple weeks. I don't want to spoil too much, but Off Brand is going international again. And I can't wait for what's to come. So lots of fun content, and definitely join the Discord as well. Come chat with us and let us know what crypto alpha that you guys are looking at. And we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Peace. Later, everyone. And post-credit scene. Checking YouTube. If you guys are still here, cool. I'm waiting to hit end stream because YouTube lags.